Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the RMTV Women's Podcast. This is episode 160. You have the pleasure of myself and Amy on this really cold and wet and horrible Tuesday evening. But tomorrow's Wednesday, which means we're halfway through the week, so it's all good. You'll probably be seeing this on Wednesday. So you're halfway through the week. 2 days left on it to the weekend. It's okay, guys. We can get
this.
Although there's no women's football this weekend, which is a bit sad. It's internationals though, so swings and roundabouts in it. Bit of a shame considering the way Liverpool women are playing at the minute. Another win on Sunday as we beat Sunderland 3-0 at home. First half was a bit meh, I'd say. I thought they defended really, really well on Sunday. I think they had a game plan. They didn't know what they were going to do going into that game. Obviously, first couple of minutes of the second half, things changed. Penalty decision and a red card, which I thought the red card was a bit harsh. I'm not going to lie. I think they got given a red card because it was like last player. I don't know though. It's a bit of a weird one. At the time, I was like, why has she been sent off? But anyway, penalty for Liverpool, and Katie Stengel steps up, and I was not expecting Katie Stengel to be the one who took the penalty.
Neither.
I thought it was going to be Fernie, to be honest. Which I think you'd agree with. Everyone would have expected Fernie. Obviously, Stengel goes up and takes it. And I feel like that's just kind of where the momentum shifted in the game there, which is going to, like, losing a player, going 10 men or 10 women, I should say, is always hard for any team. But you could kind of just feel the game sort of really go in our favour at that time, couldn't you?
Yeah, I think you were right. Like, the first half was a little bit almost disappointing. Like, I feel like the season we've started games really well, and really on the front foot. And like, you've seen that by the amount of goals we've scored in like the first 10, 15, 20 minutes. We're usually really on it, and I think we were a little bit asleep. And I remember thinking, like, it's very bitty. Like, it was like one side had possession, and then it was quickly overturned by the other, and then, like, it just kept happening again and again in like a bit of a circle, and no one was really stringing any like significant passes together. I think we were also unlucky in the first half because we should have had at least maybe two penalty shouts that should have been looked at further, in my opinion. I can't remember the one of them, but the other one, Daniel's going down and got absolutely twatted out of the way.
I think Stengel was another one, I want to say.
Yeah.
He was brought down.
I think she either get taken out or got pulled back or something.
Yeah.
So, like, there was two opportunities in the first half. So, like, it showed that we were breaking through, like, the lines, whatever, but it didn't feel like anything necessarily was coming off. And, like, there was no, like, rhythm to the game at that point. And then, obviously, at the second half, we did good to get a penalty so early on to sort of settle, like, the nerves and then push on from there. Yeah. And, like, I reckon Katie Stengel, great penalty. She can be on penalties all she likes now. But I think because she was the one that was fouled, she probably was like, nah, this is mine, what are you doing? But, like, yeah, it was a great goal. And, like, I've written on our notes here, just Katie Stengel is a beast.
Yeah, I've just seen that.
When you like watch her, it's like, it's so surreal. It's like the whole game like slows down, and she looks like she has all the time in the world to like make the next pass or decide what she's gonna do. Or realistically, it's like that. And I feel like that's a sign of a really strong player. And like 3 goals in 5 games, I think it is 3 or 4. I think it's 3. And she only joined in Jan, and it's only the middle of Feb. So she's really, really impressed me, and probably I'd imagine she has you as well.
Yeah, definitely. It's like you were just saying then about like the way she conducts herself on the pitch. Like, it's just like the whole persona of it. Like it's not it's an off the ball movement as well. And there was a couple of moments. It wasn't the game against Sunderland. It was the one the weekend before, and there was a good 5 minutes where I just watched her because she was trying to just play off the back of the last defender the whole time for a good 5 minutes, and you could see her like constantly with her hand up, being like, "Play it now, or like she was dropping back in deep to kind of receive the ball and make something happen. And I think it's just a whole presence. Like she's very well built. Do you know what I mean? She's tall, she's aggressive, and it's like it's kind of almost a defender's worst nightmare up against a striker like that. And especially if you think about some of the more petite defenders that she's been up against the past couple of weeks, like I'd stand next to her and be like, "Oh God, how am I going to out muscle her with this one here, or how am I going to win this header here?" So yeah, I think I completely agree. She is just an absolute beast up front. I hope like I assume she's only on like a 1-year deal. It might even be 6 months, but I doubt they'd do that. But say she's only on a 1-year deal, like she's only 29, I think. So she's kind of in like the peak of her career, as they supposedly say when you get to those ages. So she's the perfect player, I think, and I think she'd do really well in the WSL as well. So
100%.
I know I'm thinking ahead of myself, but you kind of look in a year's time and think she needs to be a Liverpool shirt for a couple of more seasons, because I think she'd do really well against some of the defenders in WSL, because that's kind of a different ball game when you're up against like your Cities and your Arsenals. And it'll be a good test next weekend when we play Arsenal in the cup to see kind of how she deals with the likes of I don't know, like a Leah Williamson or something, how she is matched up against them.
That'd be exciting.
That'd be really interesting, that one. But looking ahead at games now, 8 games left, including comps, is that, or is that just in the league?
I don't know. I think I don't know. I think it might be league.
I think it's just the league, if I'm thinking rightly off the top of my head. But we met a little bit earlier on Sunday, and we were having a bit of a discussion about it, and we were like, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. You don't want to be counting your chickens too early. But we are 10 points clear as it stands. It would have to be an absolutely dramatic loss of form and terrible performances and terrible results in order for something to go really, really wrong with our season.
Yeah.
You kind of now looking at the fixture list and being like, which game is it going to be? Because obviously we play Lewis on the last day of the season. The 1st of May is the last game of the season. So if anything, you're thinking about then. But then you also play Charlton at the end of March, early April. We play London City
away as well.
I think we've got Durham, Charlton, and London City all within like 3 or 4 or 5 weeks of each other.
It's tough.
And it's kind of like, well, you're thinking if you beat them, they're like the top. I think Durham has kind of dropped off a little bit now, but the likes of Charlton and London City are going really strongly. Like, if you're beating them, you've kind of pretty much boxed it off, and it's like, oh wow. Like,
just the thought of it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
like the thought of like us potentially doing it, it's like, wow.
I know, but it's kind of like, I want it to happen as soon as possible, because I just know then.
I agree. Like, I don't think there's anything saying that we can't do it. Obviously, no. I'm a very firm believer of I won't say it's happening until it's happened. It was like that with the men a few years ago. I was like, no, I'm not believing it's happening until it's like mathematically possible. But like, I did a bit of a breakdown. 33 goals this season, conceded for 5, won 15 games, and now on a 14-game unbeaten run in the league. It's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Crazy numbers. We've not seen this for seasons with this team. And like, I feel like you can really tell that there's a really strong, solid bond between all these players to bring the outcome that we're all after. So there's no better opportunity than this season to do it. Like, with the players that we've got and the form that we've been on, there's no better opportunity. And I guess it's now just down to keeping going, keep on pushing, keep on working hard. And yeah, okay, like the next few games are going to be really tough, but we need to to be the best, you have to beat some of the best, and that's truly what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, but as I said, I'm not saying anything until it's mathematically proven to me on a spreadsheet that it's happening.
Yeah, until we've got those WSL patches on the side of the kit.
Until we've kicked off next season.
Yeah, yeah. When we're playing like Man City at home, first game of the season or something.
Yeah.
Like, oh God.
Take me back.
Yeah. But no, yeah, I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head there. And it's like, even when we were speaking to people on Sunday before the game and after the game, it's like, it's just a general aura around match days now. Like, you're not going to Prenton thinking, oh God,
to lose.
Yeah,
you're not going to lose.
And I think most fans can say there was a period of time where you were going into games and you were like, this is just not going to go the way that you want it to go.
Yeah.
But now, like you're saying about the squad being so, they all look so happy together, and the manager's just absolutely buzzing off everything, and yeah, it's just looking like a really good time. And obviously, like, the crowds are just getting bigger and bigger. It feels each game, like, even when we've had all the issues with same kick-off times as the men and stuff the last couple of weeks, like, there's still been huge crowds at Brenton. You know, it's amazing to see, and it does make you wonder, like, how many could possibly be there, like, opening day of the WSL if it continues to go the way it does. But, like, just talking about, like, Liverpool in general, like you've just mentioned then about the 15 games and 1 and 14 unbeaten and stuff, and it's like, it doesn't even feel like that many. No. I don't think anyone's really, like, actually thought about it. Like, thinking about it now, you're like, wow, like, 14 games unbeaten.
It's a lot.
And
like, even when you look at like the Rachel Law's breaking her record for clean sheets as well, that's just another thing you can add to, like, confidence wise to the team this season. I just really hope we do it.
That groin's still going strong.
That groin is not flaking. Touch wood.
I was going to mention Rachel Law's groin injury each podcast now. Because I feel like
it's a thing. We can't ever not say it.
It's a daily thought for me. It really is. I'm just. Yeah. She posts a training picture and I'm like, watch that groin. We just, like, it stresses me out.
From her physio.
Yeah, I'm like, just go home and rest now. Just sit down and rest.
Wrap yourself in cotton wool.
Don't be going anywhere. But yeah, and then obviously it's got here, like, 33 goals scored this season, only 5 conceded. Like, that back, I can't praise that back 5, back 6 if you count the keeper enough. It's just, it's mad to me how well it works.
Yeah.
Like, the consistency of it all is just unbelievable. I
think even when we were forced to swap out Jazz Matthews through injury, it's which arguably she's been one of our best players this season when she was playing week in, week out, and yet you put Niamh Fahey in, you put Meg Campbell in, like, the standard doesn't drop.
Yeah, you put Robertson
to the whole squad.
Yeah, you put Robertson as your wing back and Charlotte Wardlaw drops back, and then them two can swap about, and then you
don't lack anything.
Bring Meg Campbell off the bench, like,
to take them throw-ins that I'm obsessed with. I want to learn. Meg Campbell, if you're watching this, I would love a masterclass.
Every throw-in on Sunday that Meg Campbell wins, all you hear was Amy go, here we go.
I got my phone out.
There we go. I just kept recording all of them, and just until something.
At the end of the season, I'm going to have a Meg Campbell throw-in compilation reel.
Meg Campbell throw-in, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see how many you've recorded of the season.
Oh, I don't know. I need to have a look back through. I've got a fair few now. Like, it's every time, like, oh, I can't miss this one.
Yeah.
Might be the one.
And
the Watford one it was.
Because you were sitting, like, diagonal behind me. It was just a constant, here we go. Here we go.
Yes.
And I was like, yep.
She's great. She's great.
Of course. But yeah, it's just a really nice time to be a Liverpool fan at the minute, isn't it?
It's great. I feel great.
We feel absolutely fantastic about it. I'm sure everyone else does as well. I mentioned earlier on that it was international break this week. The Arnold Clark Cup begins on Thursday. So
Are you
tomorrow.
going to watch it?
I am. I'm going to try my best to watch some of them. I really want to watch some Spain games because I feel like they've been amazing.
They've gone up a notch.
And I haven't really been able to sort of appreciate that. And I think also, like, looking ahead to the Euros and stuff, like, it'd be nice to sit down and actually watch England and be like, right, what have we got going on here ahead of this?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I feel like I'm a bit out of the loop with all things England.
Yeah.
Recently.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to sort of see where we're at, like, because we're going to be challenging for the Euros this year. So I feel like it's a good opportunity to see, like, where we're at now, in regards to, like, where we're going to be in July. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
and like I feel like there's no better teams to like test yourself against, like Germany, Spain. They're really like powerhouses in international football or European football. So it's gonna be exciting. And like this is a new cup, so it's always a bit interesting to see how the cup's gonna go.
Yeah.
There's only 3 games for each team, so it'll be interesting.
It's weird the way it's like England, Spain, Germany, and it's like Canada.
I know. I thought that. I mean, it's a bit far.
It's like the She Believes, isn't it? When it was like us, USA, and then you'd have like Japan. You were like,
so random.
What a mismatch of teams to be playing like on a random night in February. Like it was always so weird, but they were good tournaments. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. Obviously, Leah Williams is Leah Williams. That's me, mate.
That's not her name.
Leah Williamson has been named England captain again, which is interesting. Obviously, Steph Horton's out injured, but there's obviously a wealth of experienced players in that England squad. But then also, like, she has been out injured recently, Leah Williamson. She came back.
You almost said Williams again, didn't you?
I did. I've got to make all Leah Williams, and that's why it just automatically rolls off the tongue. Leah Williamson has been out injured like recently, so she's kind of just making her way back into the Arsenal squad again, like building her fitness up. So it's interesting that she's named captain, and I just found that really interesting to me because each time she's played a game, she's captained, and
it's interesting.
I don't think
like you've got Jordan Nobbs in that team, you've got Jill Scott in that team, you've got Demi Stokes, you've got so many players that have been in
all those players,
even like the likes of the players that are still relatively young but have loads of experience. But like we're saying that Leah Williamson's got loads of experience. She's been in the England squad for years now. She's been in the Arsenal squad for years. So you forget
it, don't you? Because she came on the scene so young.
Yeah.
That it's
like, I mean, she's only what 24, 25, which is crazy. Oh, yeah. But like I think she earns it. Like she's a great player, and she's definitely comes across as a leader from like the outside. So I'm like not surprised, but I'm also like, oh, like that's the question you'd pose is like, okay, so when Steph Horton does come back from injury, is she then the captain again? Which I presume yes.
Well, I was going to say that about like the Euros this summer, because obviously Steph Horton will more than likely be going and be England captain. But then it's like, where does Leah Williamson rank in terms of, you know, if Steph Horton doesn't play a game, is she captain? Is she now second captain? Like, there's all these things that you think about that you're like, oh, well, where does that put her on the list? And she's clearly very, very high on it because of how many times she's captained England recently now. But yeah, it'd be
you never know.
You never know. England play Canada then on Thursday, 7:30 kick-off. They then play Spain on the 20th, which is Sunday, I think, 3:15, and then they play Germany on the 23rd at 7:30. So it'll be exciting.
Quite spread out.
Yeah, quite spread out. It'll be a good little camp for them as well. And like you said, it's just a good time to sort of see where you're at before the Euros and see what happens, because as it's getting closer, like I'm getting more and more excited for it. Yeah, it's gonna be so good. So yeah, it'll be nice to to sort of sit down and see what's going on there.
So exciting.
Yeah. In other news, I feel like we haven't talked about other teams a lot recently in
No,
recent
we don't
podcasts.
tend to anymore.
We've been so heavy Liverpool based because we're just so good at football now that we're like, we don't want to talk about anything else. But it was obviously the Manchester derby on Sunday as well, at the Academy Stadium, which was sold out, which was amazing to see. Some of the pictures from that look boss, like just a packed out stadium. It was amazing. And obviously City came out on top with a lovely Callum Weir goal.
Wow.
Which was
She's done that before.
And almost a carbon copy of the one from last season over the previous derby, which is
she's so good. It's annoying how good she is.
I can't remember who it was now, which is really frustrating. But someone edited the 2 goals together.
Yeah.
So you could watch them both in like real time, and it was literally the same. It was mad. But yeah, Spurs move up to 3rd place in the WSL. Which is mad. Well, they're having a really good season. Obviously, Ricky Jepson's there at the minute, so I'm kind of sparing them on.
Oh.
I didn't even mean for that. You'll see the realisation if you watch that back. You'll see the realisation.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, they're having a good season. It's like who was it? Is it Brighton? Who have done like really well this season in WSL? Like you just kind of not expecting it. It's always nice when you kind of see a team that you're not expecting to do well. And
oh, okay. We see you.
Yeah, we see you making moves. Don't you worry. Yeah, so also big fixture news. Obviously, Liverpool women play Arsenal in the FA Cup.
Ooh.
Bit of a fixture clash there, considering the men are in the Carabao Cup final against Chelsea on the same day. The women's kick-off time was originally 2:00 on the Sunday at home. It's now been moved to 12 to avoid clash with the Carabao Cup final, which is... It would have been nicer for it to be the Saturday, but it's not. So 12:00 is the best we can do. Gives people enough time to race home, get themselves situated and watch the final.
Get a brew on.
Yeah, exactly. So that's nice news, I suppose, that you can watch both, because it's going to be a bit of a stressful 15-20 minutes in the build up to the cup final if you're still watching the women's game. But yeah, at least we can watch both now, which is nice.
Yeah.
I love that both of us also made plans for that weekend because we didn't realise.
Because there was no football, and now there is. It's so sad.
Yeah, we didn't. There was nothing in my calendar, so I was like, yes, let's go away. And then now
it's all gone horribly wrong for us.
Yeah,
really
because we're so good at footy now, and we're in to the next round of the competition. It's like, oh
god. I know, it's so sad.
I know. So, but it's fine. We'll still be able to watch. We just won't be able to go, which is
hopefully it gets streamed.
It would have been a perfect time to see Tobin Heath in the flesh play football once again, but
I know
it's okay. I can live with it because I've seen her play, so it's fine.
Okay,
it's fine.
Okay.
You haven't though, have you? Sorry.
It's okay. We're going up next season, so it's fine.
We're going up, and she's more than likely still going to be at Arsenal, so
you'd imagine so, at least for another season.
So, yeah. So unless she
manifest it,
unless she gets drafted to the end.
Let's not put negative energy into the air. She's staying.
She'll be at LA. She'll be in LA next season. We'll just have to go there.
Oh God, yeah, we're going. Put me ticket. I guess we'll have to
go. Yeah, round by me. But yeah, that's everything on this week's agenda. I feel like that went really quickly, but it's been at least 20
I'm going to go and have my tea. It's getting late this evening.
It is. I don't know how you eat this time.
I've just been really busy, so I didn't have time to eat before we jumped on. So
yeah, I'm like
some chicken wrap. Get into bed. I do eat in bed sometimes.
For my tea.
Oh wow! I do sometimes eat in bed. I know I'm a scruff. But you know what, like when you've got the TV on, you're in the covers and you just munch and it's great.
Do you know what? There's no judgment here.
Okay.
I love that.
So, I love that.
You do you. Do you know what I mean? You enjoy yourself.
I will. I will.
I
I do. You're done.
And on that note, let's wrap
Maybe we
it
should
up.
end.
Wait.
Oh,
I'm on
you're so
fire
good.
tonight, mate.
Oh,
Oh,
that's great.
right, let's go before I embarrass yourself anymore. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you all next time with a brand new podcast. Bye.
Bye.